Why has North Korea's Air Koryo been labeled as the worst airline in the world? Only one airline in the entire globe has been deemed awful enough to receive a pitiful 1-star rating from the most reputable airline critic, Skytrax. The food is almost inedible, and it is notorious for its loose seating policies, strange in-flight entertainment selections, and unappetizing entertainment. But now Air Koryo, the flag carrier of North Korea, has added another accolade to its resume. Skytrax, a company that rates airlines and airports, has dubbed it the worst airline in the world for the 4th consecutive year. Syrian Air, Kim Jong-un's preferred airline, was judged to be worse than Sudan Air. Even closer to home, Ryanair's CEO Michael O'Leary once joked about charging customers £1 to use the toilet. Air Koryo received a 1-star overall assessment rating from Skytrax, which bills itself as the global standard for airline quality. Air Koryo only operates a few foreign routes. There are now planned flights between Pyongyang and Beijing, Shanghai, Shenyang, and Vladivostok. The majority of Air Koryo's tiny fleet consists of aging Soviet-era jetliners. However, these golden era flight aircraft are typically only employed for domestic flights. Air Koryo's modern Tupolev F-200 and 4-300 commercial airliners, which are of international standard and permitted into EU airspace, are used on important international routes such as Beijing and Shanghai. The company did not provide any details as to why the ranking was low. Customers gave the airline an average overall score of 6 out of 10 on Skytrax's website. Regarding seat comfort, personnel courtesy, and overall value for money, passengers give them great marks. Was Skytrax's evaluation accurate, then? Simon Cockerell and Vicky Mohideen, a British couple who frequently travel on Air Koryo and work for Beijing-based Koryo Tours, spoke about their experiences. The response appears to be a definite maybe when combined with a glance at remarks made by other Air Koryo travelers on Koryo Tours' Facebook page. Around 250 of Mr. Cockerell's flights have been with Air Koryo, and he said that Skytrax's critical review was unfair. He said that there are many worse airlines and said that Skytrax might be doing so in an effort to garner media attention by designating them as bottom of the class 4 years in a row. Although they have some peculiar customs, such as serving unexpected food and providing little entertainment, their longest routine journey is less than 2 hours, he continued. Most people just care about the plane's takeoff and landing, anything else is just window dressing. The quality, or lack thereof, of the Air Koryo burger, which has developed cult status among customers, is one feature of the 65-year-old airline on which most people who have traveled with it can agree. Jim Frisk, a commenter, summed up the general opinion of the snack by calling it the worst food I've ever eaten. Ian Bell, who posted on social media, defended it, saying, "I had a great experience on my flight and even enjoyed the hamburger. It was interesting to sample a North Korean take on a cheeseburger, even though it tasted strange and was cold. My only issue was that we were sat next to an inebriated man wearing an odd headgear who kept dozing off on my father." Health and safety regulations that were followed were the subject of a more serious complaint. One commentator mentioned that he had witnessed North Korean officials being permitted to sit on suitcases that were stacked in the back of the aircraft behind a curtain. Marty Danyakin wrote, in 2012, a few officials were permitted to smoke on board our Beijing, Pyongyang trip. My companion made the decision to investigate what was hidden behind a curtain in the back of the aircraft, assuming it was either the galley or restrooms. All of the bags and cargo were just placed into the luggage compartment and piled high. 2 officials could be seen smoking while perched on top of everything. Sitting on top of the luggage with no seats or seat belts is not acceptable. Propaganda films on combat and athletic accomplishments were shown during flights. The experience was fantastic in every way. The landing was fantastic, and the trip itself was easy. The cabins are in decent condition, however, they are worn. The cabin temperature is a problematic topic, with summer months often being extremely hot, almost to the point of sweating. A safety briefing film in Korean with English subtitles is available, as is an emergency procedure card in the seat pocket, and notifications are given throughout the flight. Smoking is prohibited, and international safety precautions are observed, such as wearing a seatbelt, stowing the tray table, and raising the window shades for takeoff and landing. From the aircraft to the in-flight food, flying Air Koryo is an unmistakably familiar yet distinct airline experience. You won't be watching the latest Hollywood blockbusters or window shopping Gucci in a duty-free magazine. But you will be reading the Pyongyang Times and listening to a Moranbong band concert on your overhead monitor. Flying Air Koryo as a tourist is an unusual interaction with the oddities of an airline servicing a country completely isolated from the world community. It is with Air Koryo that your North Korean experience will begin.